Hello and welcome to Law and Legal Education. This is an introductory course to the different areas of law that most firms practice. It is designed for paralegals who are going to be working in a law firm that may not have a specialization, so that you get that broad overview of all of the different areas where you could work, and also give you a little bit of guidance on where to find resources for specific areas of the law. It is also designed for students who are interested in going on to law school, as it takes the first year courses and some of the second year courses that all law students take and spends 1 week introducing you to the concepts. My name is Professor Catherine Ball. I am an attorney. I've worked in the Commonwealth of Kentucky as an attorney since 2002. I've worked in the governor's office and in the administrative office of the courts. I primarily work with legal writing and researching issues for a judge now. In previous jobs, I worked with grants and loans and pretrial litigation and on the phase 2 tobacco settlement agreement. So I have some litigation experience, some legislative experience, and some work behind the scenes for the courts. Government has been where I've spent most of my career. I've done a few criminal cases, and I've done some guardian ad litem and family law cases in the early days of my career before I started working for the government. My office is in the Bennett building, which is also called the Old Gray Brick building on campus. I'm happy to meet with you guys on campus anytime, or also virtually through the Blackboard Communicate tab. We can have virtual office hours, or we can just exchange emails, whatever works best for you all. I've already gone over the objectives and how this course is going to help you with your outcomes. The course is based on the school's academic dishonesty policy. There's no cheating, lying, plagiarism. Typically, we don't have multiple submissions in this course. However, there is an attendance policy. You need to participate every week. If work is not turned in on Sunday at 11:59, it is subject to a late penalty. So if for some reason you're not going to get your work submitted by the due date, you need to let me know in advance so that we can work through that together. In week 1 and 2, make very sure that you turn your assignments in so that the system can see that you're actively participating in the class and you don't automatically get dropped from the course for non-participation. Disability accommodations. This is a wonderful thing if you have an illness or there is something going on. Rather than having to contact all of your individual professors, you can contact the accommodations office and they will help you work through that and then notify all of your professors if there is an accommodation to be made. You can always go through the standard academic appeal process. First you come to the professor and then to the department chair, and this lines out all of the processes for that. Specific to this course, all assignments, including the discussion post, which in this course is just the introduction post, so that should not be an issue. Get those done by Sunday night at the end of each week by 11:59 p.m. I grade on Monday mornings, so your work is due on Sunday, and as a rule, I grade on Mondays unless something happens and I can't get to it first thing Monday. Another thing in this course is use of AI in this class requires prior approval from the teacher. Before incorporating any AI tool into an assignment or activity, you have to let me know that you plan on doing that. For these assignments, it is not something that is going to work well because each week you are to cite directly to the textbook and the videos that we're watching for that week in the course. So all of your assignments are very specific to the material that you are being presented with in that weekly folder. So AI in this course is not going to be a very useful tool for you all, and it's very obvious when it's been used and you're not relying on the textbook and the videos in the course. If you email me, please make sure you use your UCumberland's email address. Sometimes students use private emails and that gets sent to the junk folder and I may not see that. I'm usually very prompt in responding to emails, but if it's late in the evening or on a Sunday, I may not see that until the next workday. So just be cognizant of that, to email me before 6:30 p.m. to try and get a response that night. Or on Sundays, I sometimes don't check my email more than once or twice a day. You're going to work on a signature assignment in this course, which is a group of legal concepts that will have a substantial response. It's in the content folder, the very first activity there. Each week, if you work on a few of those that tie to that weekly material, it'll be a much easier assignment and it'll be a lot more thorough responses from you all rather than waiting until week 7 to complete it. It needs to be submitted in a Word document, double-spaced, 12-point New Roman font with each term numbered and outlined. Now, the first thing that you'll do is say the name of the term, then you'll go in and give almost a legal dictionary type of definition. But the next step is to go a little bit further and say why this is relevant and how it relates to a paralegal or a law student becoming more familiar with the area of law. There is an example in the assignment tab for you all to look at. And then each week you will be completing a written assignment that is a 500 to 750 word overview of what's been covered in the course that week. Each week there'll be a couple of questions that you'll be addressing that tie directly to the course material. So you'll just go to the course material, you'll read what's in the textbook, watch the videos, and then those questions should be very easy to answer, making sure that you're citing directly back to the material from the course. The course schedule is at the very bottom of the syllabus. We're going to start with civil litigation and then move on to sources of law, torts, crimes, contracts, admin law, property, family, and legal ethics. So those are the broad topics that we'll cover each week. Every week we'll work on that, and that's why it's a good idea to start with the signature assignment in week 1. That way you can do the terms that tie to civil litigation. In week 2 you can do the ones that go with sources of law and so on. The last week of the course is a short week. All assignments are due by Friday at 11:59 p.m. in week 8. Grades will be submitted to the registrar's office on Saturday, so there can be no late assignments accepted after Friday at 11:59 p.m. If you all ever have any questions, feel free to email me. I hope this helps going over the syllabus.